If you're looking for an SUV with style and substance, check out the award-winning lineup from Chevrolet. With the fun-to-drive Trax, the versatile Equinox, and more, there's a Chevy SUV with the comfort and capability you're looking for. Available now at your Southern Nevada Chevy dealer.
Streaming only on Peacock.
John Wayne Gacy is suspected of having killed as many as 32.
Straight from the killer's mouth.
They want you to believe that I alone committed these murders.
The new gripping 6-part documentary series that investigates the crimes that shocked the nation.
The thing everybody thought they knew wasn't the whole story.
John Wayne Gacy, Devil in Disguise. All episodes streaming now. Devil in Disguise. Only on Peacock.
Tomorrow, Thursday, April 1st, it ain't no April Fools, except for President Joe Biden, alleged President Joe Biden, his son, Hunter Biden, and his equally criminally minded brother, James Biden. We're going to try the fools on April 1st. We started it last week at our Citizens Grand Jury. We presented evidence, information, testimony of people even like Tony Bobulinski, who knows about this bribery scheme to line the pockets of brain-dead Joe, his son, and his brother, and the Biden family. Biden is bought and paid for by the communist Chinese, Russia, and Ukraine, many, many times over. The extent of his crimes may even be greater than anything the Clintons ever attempted to do and did do with the Clinton Foundation and everything else. Hundreds of millions of dollars potentially went into his coffers, him getting a 10% cut. Bobulinski testified to that, laundered through Hunter, with James's participation, enriching the family. Ask yourself, how does someone who spent 47 years in Congress become a multi-millionaire? Salary's not that great, particularly when you have to have, at minimum, 2 residences, one in Washington, D.C., and in Biden's case, a mansion in Delaware. He's a crook, plain and simple. Crook like we've never seen. So we, the American people, are rising up. We will take our legal system back, and we are taking it back. It's been stolen from us by both Democrats and Republicans. They will not hold themselves accountable. There's an unwritten, maybe it's even written, agreement that they don't go after each other at the high level. We know that. We've seen no justice in the last several decades. And without a justice system and without honest judges, and frankly, I can't think of many, if any at all, on the federal bench these days, then the country is in a revolutionary mode, just as predicted by Thomas Jefferson, that these federal judges, unelected, unaccountable to the people, would become despots and tyrants, causing us to shed the blood of patriots and tyrants every 20 years or so, adding what's a few thousand dead to refresh the tree of liberty. Again, Jefferson didn't want to see anybody dead or hurt, neither do I. And that's why we are taking back our legal system. So every Thursday, we are convening our Citizens Grand Jury. Tomorrow, we will continue with the case against Joe Biden, Hunter Biden, and James Biden for bribery. There are other members of the Biden family also implicated. They'll be looked at as well. And then the following Thursday, we will present an indictment to the Citizens Grand Jury, holding the Bidens accountable. We will then try them in a people's court. We will then seek a conviction, and we will then sentence and seek to mete out those sentences peacefully and legally. We even have the right of citizens' arrest. I write about that in my new book, It Takes a Revolution, Forget the Scandal Industry. Yes, forget the scandal industry. Forget Sean Hannity. He just looks to the Justice Department to do stuff, promises stuff that'll never happen, even during the Trump administration. We, the American people, will make it happen, because if we don't, the country's lost. And then the following Thursday after that, we will seek the indictment of Biden for reckless endangerment of what's going on at the border, allowing people in with COVID-19, mutations of COVID-19 that are harming our health. That's a crime, too. It's also the crime of sedition. It's the crime of treason. This is exactly what's happening right now. The American people come second to people from Central and South America who are coming in with diseases that will harm the American people. And that's not to say that some of the people that come in aren't good people, but a lot of them are being brought in by drug traffickers and others, criminals, also people from the Middle East, undoubtedly terrorists getting across the border. 11 Iranians were caught just a few weeks ago. Now they're not probably even being caught because Biden sent the signal. They can come in. And of course, then there's Kamala Harris, the evil lying witch who just cackles when people ask her what the administration's doing about this flood of illegal aliens coming into the country. You know, it's interesting that there's going to be a report issuing on June 1st about unidentified flying objects. Yes, they exist. Yes, I believe that there are aliens from other civilizations that are here that are observing us and saying, look, these people on Earth are dangerous people. I mean, they can't even control themselves. They can't even keep their own house in order. You know, and that's the real tragedy here, is that, you know, this world, this Earth, basically is on borrowed time unless we straighten things out. And that's why I wrote my book, It Takes a Revolution, Forget the Scandal Industry, which you can get at all major booksellers, barnesandnoble.com. I hate to say it, amazon.com. I've had to sue them for their discriminatory treatment towards conservatives and others, violation of First Amendment rights. Booksamillion.com. You can get it at freedomwatchusa.org with a contribution of $50 or more. We'll send it to you free. Helps us do our work. This is important work because no other group out there actually takes strong actions. They just talk, or they get documents. They go on Fox News. Aren't I great? Pound my chest. Look at what I found. But you know what? No one cares anymore what you found because there's no justice. We know the story. We know what's going on out there. Now's the time for the American people to act. And just yesterday, Biden and Harris intimated that a judge in the lower court in Washington, D.C., because she's black, she's the next candidate to be Supreme Court Justice. Well, you know what? It should go on merit. It has nothing to do with your race, your color. Martin Luther King is turning in his grave. He wouldn't agree to that. What do we have coming up next? A transgender Muslim Sharia law backer? I mean, are we going to just make this into Noah's Ark because that's good politically for the Democratic Party? This is something that needs to be said because nobody else will say it. And this is what we also do at freedomwatchusa.org. We started a new webpage called The New Common Sense because even conservative websites are censoring what conservatives are saying for fear of retaliation by the left, which has taken over this country and in a total dictatorial hold on what we're going on. What is going on? I've said before, give me King George III, bring him back. He wasn't a socialist. He wasn't a communist. He wasn't an atheist. He wasn't a radical Muslim. He wasn't a radical member of the Marxian Jewish left. He wasn't a radical LGBTQ. He wasn't a radical black. Most of the people in these groups are good people, as I've said, but these radicals have taken control of the country. And that's why we, the people, need to take the country back. As of right now, the country's over. The country's dead. We need to resurrect it with the help of our real Messiah and the Father. We will succeed. So stay tuned. Tune in to our Citizens Grand Jury tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern, 8 a.m. Pacific. You can watch it in real time at freedomwatchusa.org and at crowdsourcethetruth.com. freedomwatchusa.org, crowdsourcethetruth.com. We have taken our legal system back. Let the criminals in Washington and in the federal courts commit crimes against each other. We, the people, will enforce the law of nature and nature's God. God bless you. Stay safe. Remember that God helps those that help themselves. I'll be back tomorrow with another special podcast. Until then, thank you for listening to me.
Streaming only on Peacock.
John Wayne Gacy is suspected of having killed as many as 32.
Straight from the killer's mouth.
They want you to believe that I alone committed these murders.
The new gripping 6-part documentary series that investigates the crimes that shocked the nation.
The thing everybody thought they knew wasn't the whole story.
John Wayne Gacy, Devil in Disguise. All episodes streaming now. Devil in Disguise. Only on Peacock. Streaming only on Peacock.
John Wayne Gacy is suspected of having killed as many as 32.
Straight from the killer's mouth.
They want you to believe that I alone committed these murders.
The new gripping 6-part documentary series that investigates the crimes that shocked the nation.
The thing everybody thought they knew wasn't the whole story.
John Wayne Gacy, Devil in Disguise. All episodes streaming now. Devil in Disguise. Only on Peacock. Streaming only on Peacock.
John Wayne Gacy killed 32.
Straight from the killer's mouth.
They want you to believe that I alone committed these murders.
The new gripping 6-part documentary series, John Wayne Gacy, Devil in Disguise. All episodes streaming now. Only on Peacock. Now.